Yeah, I broke my toe.
That's not good.
I walked into the room and the light was off, and there's a quite a substantial book on the floor. I kicked the fuck out of it.
Damn.
Yesterday,
Ooh,
tripped
yeah.
over the decorative turtle we have outside. Trying to play with the dog, but that was not fun.
All right. So last session, you guys decided to head back. You had just finished up resting in the poop cabin, and you guys decided to head down into the lower deck. On your way down there, you guys, Willow tried getting a torch off of one of the walls in order to take it down in because of the darkness that was down below. Only to realize,
Live screen is on our stream.
oh, that's me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can keep it there if you want to.
It's just 5e. It's not. You're just gonna see me switching between all the character sheets is all. But yeah, you guys decided to head down into the lower decks to investigate down there. Once you did, you came to the realization that there was a bunch of jail cells down on the lower level, as well as a bunch of hammocks. You then heard someone. You also saw that this is where the bodies were being kept that were pulling up the blood into that fountain you saw on the level higher. It was then that you heard a scream coming from the northern side of the ship. And when you guys started to move over there, you saw, Rook saw an umbral skull bearer devouring one of the sailors who had been captured by this ship. And he called out the final breath of life, and it was at that point that that combat ensued. You guys were able to take down the ghost pirates as well, but not before the skullbearer was killed. A vision came to your mind of the face of a vampiric pirate and two umbral skullbearers flanking him. It was at this point that you guys heard a door shut to the north. When you went to investigate, you found two doors. What's up?
I said, and a window opens.
Yeah. You guys, Rook decided to look into it, noticing three green hags that did not immediately, bring any attention to him. So he shut the door, and you guys started to make your way down to the lower level. Once you guys got down there, you were in a room of mostly darkness, but there were trees in there that bore a few ravens, and on top of that, there was a cave system, a kind of a rocky outcropping there, with an entrance that reeked of bat dung, guano. While exploring around in this area, you could hear a figure on the inside of the cave yelling the name or the phrase man bat. You also noticed that there were bloody drag claw marks on the floor right next to a door to the very north. While you were exploring all of this, Rook decided to go and bust open one of the crates down here to the south. The noise, though, that he was making was had started to alert two blade wolves that came out. There was a valiant effort by Dawn Shadow to try and calm them using some animal handling, but unfortunately, due to the shouts of Man-Bat, the two blade wolves attacked the party for the first time in this adventure, getting Dawn Shadow bloodied. It was after the fight with the Blade Wolves that Willow used her healer's kit to apply aid to the party. And then while Dawn Shadow began casting the spell of Prayer of Healing, Rook finished opening up the crate, finding inside a trident, let me see here. Sorry. A trident, a ring, as well as a leather bandolier of empty, what look like spice vials, except one has a powder-like substance in it. And it was upon the completed casting of Prayer of Healing, soon as the spell's effect took hold, you heard a loud thudding and shuffling coming from the door to the north, and it was at that point that the doors were blown open with two umbral skullbearers standing there, imposed in the doorway, snarling, and with Rook having clear eyesight of them, Rook and Willow, the two of you noticing that these things kind of have a fixation on Dawn Shadow. So we are going to start today's session with initiative.
Yay.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Initiative. Roll
And I
out.
do apologize for my coughs and sniffles.
I'll forgive yours, you forgive mine.
Yeah, I will.
Did not,
You know what I'm
am
going
I
to do?
not-
Put the map up.
Is the map not up?
Nah, I'm just looking at a black screen. There we go.
Sorry.
Oh,
I hate that I have to do that every time.
slow it rolling.
Yeah.
I may have clicked initiative twice. I come out here because my connection's better. But the house where it just turns off randomly now.
Man bat.
Man bat.
Man bat.
Man bat!
Man bat.
All right. Don't try to got that, so we're going to do
I say we
Same man time, same man channel.
that.
run up.
All right. Rook. Top of the order. You were the first one to even be able to see these mofracas.
Kill them.
All right then.
And I do want to express, you get the same feeling from your gun, just this, like, almost as if your gun is telling you, your patron is telling you that these creatures just embody suffering. That they, like, exude suffering.
I'm gonna cast Branding Smite and try to put one of them out of its misery.
Okay. Oh, so get this. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of Sly Flourish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I bought his books. I bought 3 of them the other day. It was like $20. Today, he puts out a video that's like, hey, for the next 2 weeks, we're doing a promotion. You can get all 3 of these books, as well as these 5 other books that are all $20 a piece, all of it for $20. And I'm sitting there like, you sly son of a bitch.
Oh,
So that's not what I thought you meant by Sly Flourish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thought
what?
you meant-
The Lazy
thought you
Dungeon
meant-
Master?
No, I thought you meant Sly Flourish as in the 4E D&D rogue at will ability.
Oh,
That
no.
Tim
Sorry.
Lanning
I mean Sly
uses as,
Flourish. I mean Sly Flourish. This dude. Here, I'll put him in the chat. Also known as the Lazy Dungeon Master.
Because did you start out on
Dude looks like a pedophile.
Did you start out on Geekly Inc., Lucas, or
I
just
was on Geekly Inc.
Yeah, so I always thought you were talking about like Tim Lanning's character. He always goes Sly Flourish.
Oh no, yeah, no. Sly Flourish is the lazy dungeon master. All right, sorry, Rook. Please go ahead and roll your dice.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't have that man's picture on my Discord. He that is just unsettling to look at.
Was it already deleted?
I know I deleted it because like
Yeah.
I ain't fucking having this, dude. It's like this
Yep.
guy looks like the youth pastor that touches kids, and he's a mouth breather.
Do us a favor and go back and delete that mayo monkey gift, dude.
Oh yeah, the mayo monkey. Dude, that's little baby's ice cream. 29 points of damage. Holy
For
shit.
you, Eric, because I consider you a friend, I will delete it this one time.
Oh.
Because I own this Discord and I can do that. I don't delete things very often. If ever, this is the second thing I've ever deleted.
Because I wasn't kidding when I said I could have done without ever seeing that thing.
Holy shit. Okay, so we got 20. Okay, so which are you shooting, the one on the left or the one on the right?
I'll shoot you 2. Try to make sure it's Last Night on Earth.
I would shoot you 2 as well. All right, so that is going to be
Sunday, bloody Sunday.
29, 36 points of damage. Yeah, this, and you did brandishing smite, right? Or branding smite?
Yeah.
2d6. Okay. And it sheds light now in a bright dim light in a 5-foot radius. But yeah, like I said, I was like so frustrated, and then I even commented, I was like, fudge, I literally just bought these books. And he's like, well, hey, $20 for the other books isn't a bad offer. And I was like, you know what, Sly, you're all right. I might have to convince my wife to let me do this, but it's okay. So, yeah. But now I have all the books because I did spend the other $20.
Oh.
All right, so
the one in the middle there.
It's the one on the left. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So it is still standing, but when you shoot this thing, you just see like a massive chunk of these skulls rip off of it, and you hear this thing like gurgle and twist. All right, Tor.
Is there a charge action in 5e?
As in what?
As in Pathfinder, you charge if you can charge in a straight line at an opponent, it gives you a bonus to your attack, but a penalty to your AC. I'm guessing not.
No. There are like there's like barbarian abilities and like feats and stuff that allow you to rush an enemy and then get like a certain bonus. Like there is literally a thing called a charger feat. But unfortunately I don't believe you have that.
No, I do not.
Yeah, because it allows you, as long as you move 10 feet before taking this bonus action, you gain a +5 to the damage roll.
But I can go right there.
That's true, you can. See this thing kind of like, limping and like pulling itself back.
I think I'm waiting for this thing to catch up because I've dropped my character there, but the screen, I guess I might not be able to. I guess he can't see. I don't know. But I'm going to attack with my Great Club.
Okay.
And it looks like it's going to be... Oh, nice.
Nice. All right.
Still rolling so slowly.
I gotta say, as much as I am a DM and like I don't I won't shit on anyone else's design. I wish more DMs would put in reactions on their monsters. It just doesn't happen enough. All right. Yeah, that second one also hits.
Still up.
That's a total of 15. It is still up, but
Right.
like this thing is so close to death. There
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
almost a part of you
spend-
that feels bad.
I doubt it. I'm gonna spend a key point to flurry.
Okay. Oh, motherfucker! That's just. I already downloaded that. Fuck.
What's it gonna be? Does the 18 hit?
An 18 does hit. In due to danded legally.
Doing 7. And the second. That's 17.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Doing
A lot more than this thing can handle.
hopefully. Looks like it's gonna be 8.
Yeah. Describe your kill.
Jesus.
So he runs up and just cracks the thing in the skull with his club. He sweeps the leg out, putting the beast on its side. With one attack, he makes it put its mouth on the whatever that thing is there, and then he just curb stomps the shit out of it.
Jesus. All right. Yeah.
All while looking at its buddy right there.
Yeah. Well, that definitely shook it from its fixation on Dawn Shadow. As it is going to turn to you and
You're
attack.
welcome, Dawn.
Yeah. Yeah, Dawn Shadow basically from like where you're standing now that you can see up into there, you just get this sight of, oh wait, why is that bright light in 20? That should be bright light in 0.
Now
There
I
we go,
think I'm standing. If I killed that
that's
thing,
what-
I'm standing in the dark, aren't I?
You are like from your perspective, like there's the light down by Dawn Shadow because of her sword, and there is the one that you just. Oh yeah, branding smite.
That
Branding
thing's
smite.
extinguished.
Yes, it is.
So
Well,
Torch is standing in the dark with his 17 armor class, hoping he doesn't get hit.
hold on a second. I actually wonder.
I mean, for some reason, there is still some light source because I can still see U1.
Huh. I guess I never really considered this. Okay, yes. I am going to say that because it's now dead, that effect is no longer in play. So yes, you are in the dark. And that is going to mean yeah.
I don't think that actually affects my armor class, though.
No, it doesn't affect your armor class. But a quick second, because there's one bit of information I'm looking for, and I can't fucking find it because searching anything for 5e is just a pain in the ass. This is what I want. There we go. Jesus Christ. Yes, that is what I thought. Cool. So, because you are in darkness, that means that you are effectively blinded. And being that you're blinded, that means attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage.
Who?
So,
Just Tor?
just Tor, because he's standing in the dark. You have dark vision,
Yeah.
but you know, Tor unfortunately does not. And the moment that skullbearer died, the light on it from the branding smite faded. And as soon as that happens, it's just darkness. And Rook and Willow, you guys see this umbral skullbearer charge out at him, taking 2 massive swipes with his claws.
Can I do that balance thing then?
You can use your reaction to take away its advantage.
Ugh. Oh, restore balance. There it is.
Yep. So, all right. So we will say that you are taking it away from this first hit, which means that that is just going to be a normal attack. So that misses. All right.
I hear its claws on the floor, and I'm
Yeah.
Run away.
list to the left slightly.
Yeah. There's almost this mechanical chime that like fills the air as this thing's coming at you. You can see that its claws are Willow and Rook can see that its claws are bearing down into you, and this mechanical chime kind of rings out, and you see that its hand is almost jerked back. This one is still going to hit with advantage, and that is a nat 20.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Sorry, buddy. Oh my god. How many hit points do you have? Okay.
48.
Cool. So that is going to be 10 points of slashing and 2 points of necrotic. And on top of that, you're going to take 24. So that is going to be a total of 36 points of damage. Not going to lie.
Well, that's more than half my hit points in one hit.
Now I also need you to make a wisdom save.
So slow. Oh my. That's not good.
From the darkness, this claw just comes out. You hear that mechanical chime. You can feel the wind kind of brush past your chest. And when you feel that momentary relief, you feel another claw dig into your chest, almost pulling out a massive chunk. As soon as that happens, you get this feeling in your body of just pure fear and terror. And you are frightened for the next minute. And on top of that, something that I very rarely ever have the opportunity to actually use, is the massive damage table and system shock. So for the until the end of your next turn, because you took more than half of your total maximum hit points, you sustain a system shock. And that is that you cannot take reactions and have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of your next turn. Dawn Shadow. You just heard the sound of Torg basically getting gutted.
All right, that sucks.
It's
So
even
let's start
worse when you
moving
can
up
see
there.
it.
Oh,
Well, that's as far as I can move.
something. Hold on. Haha. Something that I brought up, and I did not discuss this with you guys, so fully understand if this is coming out of left field for you guys. So recently, I changed some of my own house rules. I added a new house rule that you can utilize this turn if you would like, Dawn Shadow. It is called Quick Step. When you take the Quick Step bonus action, you gain extra movement for your current turn. This increase equals your proficiency bonus times 2.5 rounded down to the nearest 5. To put that in simplest terms, because you are under level 9, that means that you gain an additional 5 feet.
Okay. So I'll move.
Shit, I thought that thing was closer.
Again, I don't see it, so I don't know what attacked him.
True. Well, you can see it
now.
You can see it now.
No, I can't.
No,
There's
I
nothing
can't.
there.
Wait,
there's
there's
U2's corpse is there. There, see that I didn't. He was not on the screen.
There you go.
Yeah,
He was
it
He
layered
was being
under
covered
the
by the
one.
corpse of.
Oh,
of,
my bad,
U2.
my bad. Sorry. Apparently, yeah, my bad. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is a new house rule that I am going to be trying to employ.
Okay.
So there you go. You are now within range because of that.
All right. Let's take a swing at this asshole, because he made me do this.
That definitely hits.
Oh, all right, that's gonna hit. So I'm going to add a thunderous smite onto this because fuck him.
Okay.
All right, damage. It's gonna take this much slashing damage, and he's gonna take this much thunder damage. All right, now he has to make a strength saving throw.
He fails horribly.
All right, cool. Push him back 10 feet.
Okay. Do you want him to go left or right? You know what?
Can he go straight back into a wall and hit that?
Yeah. You know what? Roll an extra d6 there.
Oh, he's knocked prone too.
Yeah. Roll an extra d6.
2 damage.
Okay. All right. So he is knocked back into this bookcase. It's like a split bookcase. As soon as he is, you see that you basically come up, you swipe with this sword, causing this thunderous explosion. It launches him back. He hits into this bookcase, falls to the ground. You can see the bookcase just kind of flops down around him as he takes that extra little knock of damage there.
Good.
All right,
Fucker.
so that's gonna be that much. Yes. Cool. Hell yeah.
All right.
Schwarzwald. He's just far enough back there that's not much he can do.
I don't see him on the map.
Oh, 5, 10, there's 15, 25, 30. He is now up next to you.
He cannot move that fast.
If he dashed. He has 15-foot movement and he can dash.
Okay.
Oh. But he can't do the bonus movement like.
I'm not giving Schwarzwald that. He doesn't have a level to say what his proficiency bonus would be.
Fair. I mean, he has like a load of hit points.
Sure, he has a load of hit points. So does a Tarask.
Sword would have hardly any.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna limit that to players. Maybe companions. I don't know. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say, being that he's already dashed, he wouldn't have been able to attack it anyway, because dash is a full action. Willow, it is your turn.
So Tor took all this damage.
Tor took a
And-
lot of damage.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you watched him basically get gutted like a fish.
crap. Can I do rescue and protection from evil and good, or no? Because they're both spells. One's
They're
a
both
bonus
spells. No, they're both spells. You can do it. You can do a cantrip and a leveled spell, as long as one is a bonus action, one is a full action. But you would not be able to do both of those because they are both leveled spells.
Fine. I don't know if rescuing is better, or protection from evil and good. Because he's right now he's frightened, and it would undo.
Yes, that
It
is
would
true.
undo that.
Which you would also benefit from the quick step, because you would have to use that bonus action quick step to get up to him.
Well, he'd have to be willing. If he's willing, I would rescue him.
Sure, he has to be willing for both. It just depends on what you want to do.
So, Tor cannot be willing for the rescue because he is either going to avenge his crew or join them.
So he wouldn't want to be pulled away.
Clever.
No, but he would take the protection to remove the frightened.
So is that what Willow's going to do? Run up to Tor? Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did make that proclamation. That's why he carries that barrel. So he's going to avenge his crew or join them.
All right. So, because you have that bonus action quick step.
Can I twin it and put it on both of us?
Yeah, that's no action to twin it. Yeah.
Because being
Since
that
there's a-
close, I feel like I'm
Sure.
gonna need it.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
there's a light source, can I remove blinded now?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yeah, I cast that on both of
I
us.
am no
then.
longer blinded.
I love that it says that on there now. Okay, cool. So you guys are both benefiting from protection from good and evil.
Is that all my movement that I can take?
That is all your movement, because that was including that quick step. That was 35 feet.
Step only gave me 5.
Yeah, you had, which is a
No.
total of 35 feet. You're not playing Iluna. You only have 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
So
I
being
just
that
thought the quick step gave more than 5. That's all. But
only
I don't
once you get to level,
remember
only
how
once you
it
get to level 9.
works.
All right. So, because this thing is undead, you are no longer frightened, Tor. And on top of that, the two of you, this Umbral Skullbearer has disadvantage on attack rolls against the two of you. Yeah. So that's it.
Why'd it close the doors?
Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
I mean,
I was wondering why that went away. I was like, what did I press? And then I realized that I had the
unless
door shut.
it did. He's like, forget this.
He's like, fuck this.
Shut
That
this.
hurt.
Shut the door.
My brother just died, and now I'm gonna die. All right. Rook.
All right, so here's where I deal with the fact I have no good options against things that are prone.
It's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, as an unfortunate side effect of Thunderous Smite, but let's just say I have no forgiveness for this creature right now.
Not adjacent, it has more defense. If I am adjacent, I'm at disadvantage. I can switch to a melee weapon, but to do that in one turn, I need to drop my fancy gun.
Can you
You don't have a holster?
like ready an
Sheathing it
action for,
would take up my free interaction for the turn, and I couldn't draw something without an action.
well, can't you just ready an action to shoot the thing when it stands up?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. All right. So, yeah.
And bonus action for True Strike.
Cool. All right. So you're going to use your bonus action, and then you're going to ready your main action to shoot it whenever it stands up.
Yep.
Coolio. All right.
Wait, let me double check something first.
Sure.
Now, can I attack it from there, or do I have to move because of the door?
You're still within 5 feet. I mean, it's not gaining any benefit from cover there. So
Nope, that doesn't work for me either. Sorry.
nope.
Thirsting Blade only applies when I take the attack action on my turn, so I only get
Mm.
one shot if I ready an action.
True.
So I think I'm just going to shoot at it and take the enhanced defense from it being prone.
Okay. Let's get.
That's still hitting.
I have to double check something.
Or is it disadvantage on that?
It's when you make a range attack with a weapon, spell, or some other means, you have disadvantage on the attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and who isn't incapacitated. What? That's something that I like.
Yeah, sorry, I have disadvantage. I need to roll that
Yeah,
again.
yeah, that's what I thought. I was wondering.
All right, so that one misses, but
That one
second
does miss.
try.
Mm-hmm.
Also bad.
Yes. Yes. Actually, no, that one does hit.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Damn.
All right. He is very bloodied. That means it's going to be Tor's turn.
So Tor is just going to start cussing this thing up and down. And he's just going to start wailing on its prone ass with his great club.
All right. Yep. Yeah, sorry, Rook. I read it like 5 times. For some reason, it just was not clicking with me that it was disadvantage because I was looking at cover, and then whenever I finally looked up prone, it's like Attack roll against creature has advantage if the attacker's within 5 feet. Otherwise, it has disadvantage. And I read that like 5 times, and I'm like, why am I still not getting why this is like wrong in my head?
So he just starts beating this
Oh
thing
my
like a
God.
dead horse.
Stop! He's already dead.
Is it?
Yeah, he's totally dead.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You have
Yeah.
advantage.
And then
So you should roll
just-
check if those are crits.
oh, that's
Just
right. I have advantage for.
boom.
Oh, yeah.
Boom! Boom! Oh.
And then he's gonna kick it.
All right. Yeah, we'll get that unarmed strike in. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Turn him into mush. Extra dead.
So far, you did 15 points of damage. And,
And then another 9.
oh, it's 24 points of damage to somebody that only had 10 points left. Yeah, you guys just see, like, Tor go up to this thing, just hefting his club over his head, these massive swings coming down on it, and then just kicking the thing in the side like a street rat. All right, it's dead. Yeah. Not much more I can say about that. Yeah, Tor, you have a pretty nasty gash in your stomach, and your system shock is now gone, so you have all your other stuff back. That's one that I very rarely ever get to use.
Oh wow! Look at this room.
And- Earlier,
Tor.
I actually thought I'd end
Some
up
fancy stuff in
winning.
there.
Do we have
which
a
fold again?
Frankenstein?
Tor,
Yes.
I walk up to you, place a hand on your shoulder, and say, just don't look at the wound. And you heal 10 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't do healing kit anymore either. I think
Anyone
that-
else looks at it, his giant wounds sort of like all his intestines go back in his stomach, and you just see these like these little fingers and eyes just sort of stitching the wound back closed. There's just a nice pink scar left on his stomach where the claw mark was.
Still hurts though.
And you wonder why those things were coming after me when I was using divine magic.
In fact, as you use lay on hands on him, you guys hear a massive thud come from below your feet.
We can go.
Oh,
away.
for fuck's sake, we'll deal with you in a minute.
I thought we were gonna visit Man-Bat or see what's
Uh,
further
We
down
actually
the
talked
wolf
about doing
cave,
a long
but no.
rest.
Speaking of which, you hear Man-Bat yell out again.
Alright, great.
Man,
But
bat. Can I do an intimidate to tell him to shut the fuck up?
sure.
Intimidate.
Shut your
yelling.
fucking cock holster, man, bat.
There you go. 17. Shut the fuck up. I will come in there and I will murder
Son
you.
of a bitch. I tried rolling intimidate as
Friendly
well.
men.
He just Man-Bat.
That's right. Shut the.
Sounds more like a question this time. Man, bat.
So when you guys actually peer up into this room, you can see that on the floor to the left there is this very much is looks very reminiscent to an alchemy lab. There are multiple shelves here with a variety of potions of varying colors,
Move Don Shadow
and
5 feet so we can see the whole room.
sure, you guys have free movement. You guys can move around. Combat is over.
Got some arms over here.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
I was asking
And
Andrew
legs.
to move Dawn Shadow so we can see the whole room.
oh, gotcha.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. So you actually see that on the floor here is a pile of body parts that it appears that these umbral skullbearers were actually chewing on.
Mm. Snacking.
And it looks like assorted prosthetics past that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of when you look at the table, it appears as if somebody was in the process of trying on and designing many different kinds of pirate accoutrement, having like a plunger as a peg leg, a tree stump like carved into a peg leg. You see one that appears to be made out of gold. You also see a similar variety of hook hands.
Solid gold peg leg's gotta be worth something.
Yeah, so was it like collecting the prosthetics of the pirates that was killing? Because there's nothing here to really attach those
Hey,
things
Tor,
to.
any of these
They're all
belong to
dead.
your old crew?
Tor, you actually, if you go over and take a look at the table, you do in fact see one.
Yeah, this gold one. I better take it.
Yes. Besides the gleam in your eye when you spot the gold one, you actually recognize the one that was essentially a plunger, and that was from your old pirating pal Plunger Pete.
Plunger Pete.
They totally don't believe me when I say the gold one's mine.
Yeah.
We'll let you
I
have
Taurus
it
is like,
anyhow.
Reckon it'd be indelicated to ask you the same question about this pile of arms.
Poor Plunger Pete. He was a good privyman.
yes!
Ooh.
So glad you used alliteration there. Proud of you. Plunger
I feel like I
Pete,
need
the
to do an
privyman.
Arcana check, but I don't even know where. The whole entire freaking room.
I mean, to say that you're going to do an Arcana check, what are you trying to discern with that?
So over here we've got what? Some potions.
That's an entire alchemy lab, so you can see that there are many potions and vials. That is a brain in a jar.
Oh,
I
nice.
ain't got nobody.
Yeah, like I said, there's a number of potions you see laying around here.
If I recognize any of them.
Yeah, roll me that.
Ooh, roll good. Oh, that
Tor
looks
picks
good.
up the plunger.
I'll take it.
He goes, that lobster must have been sitting for a while. I might need this later.
What? All right. So you are actually you are able to recognize some of these. You're able to recognize 3 of them. There's like a half dozen here or so. But you are able to recognize 3 of them. I'm going to say with seeing some of the components laying around, as well as the colors that are created from this. What it is the one is that if you were sorry, the one is that you would feel like your skin would become rocky and stone-like. It would make you a little more impervious to attacks, but you also know that it would make you slower.
Oh man.
The other one you recognize, it has a tongue floating in it, and the liquid is that of like oranges. It's like a thick, viscous concoction of like reds, oranges, and yellows. This actually allows you to speak the Ignan language for 24 hours, but you are unable to speak Common during that same period of time.
I need to step away for a second.
Yep.
All right.
And on top of that, you see the last one in there is a wing and the defooted foot of a chicken. It's like a feather, and it's basically like a chicken's like ankle, essentially. And what this is a potion. This is a potion that would grant you for the next hour a 10-foot flying speed, but you lose your walking speed.
For how
So if
long,
you
you
take
said?
that one and the stone one's downside doesn't matter.
For how long did you say? The
I'm
chicken
go-
wing one?
The chicken one is it's an hour.
No.
There you go. Those are the three. For next hour, you gain a 10-foot flying speed, but lose your walking speed. You forget how to speak common, but you learn Ignan. And you feel your skin getting harder. Your AC is increased by 3, but your movement speed is halved for an hour.
All movement speeds?
It is your movement speed, so whatever movement speed you have.
Yeah.
Including 10-foot fly speeds?
Correct. Yeah, because
So
it doesn't say walking speed.
Are we able to secure this room?
You would imagine that moving the desks and everything might help you secure it.
Doors open in or out?
The doors are actually busted off the hinges.
Oh, well, that...
So, because when the Umbral Skullbearers bursted through, they kind of ripped the doors off the hinges. So you could
Pieces of shit.
I got
Can't
some
use a
tinker's
doorknob?
tools.
yeah. So, you know what? Rook, roll me a perception check. You imagine it would take you quite a while to get these doors back in working condition, mostly because the wood that was framing in the door is shattered and splintered.
We don't have mending.
All right. The bookshelves aren't wide enough. That alchemy table looks like it might be, though.
Just drape the Umbral Skullbearer corpses like curtains.
How? No, it's only like 4 feet. It's not gonna.
He's already proficient in Tinkerer's tools, or he just has them.
No, he's proficient with them.
Oh, I'm proficient.
It's a background. Yeah.
But
he does have
we
them.
We couldn't tinker something.
I mean,
if the hinges are like actually damaged and trying to hang new doors is a whole thing here.
Yeah. It would be a different story if like the lock busted and you were trying to mainly secure that. But when these things burst through the door, they ripped the paneling off the wall next to it.
Well, we have other places on the ship we can retreat to that are easier to be defended.
Yeah, busted double doors is just a big space to try to barricade.
It's like we can go upstairs to where that like the loft was that has a locked gate for one of the entrances. We can bar all the other doors to the places we already cleared out. Plus, it has a bed.
Wait, where are you planning on heading to? Oh, you're heading to the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not a weird body lying on the floor that we haven't addressed yet.
Yeah.
There's
So Tor, if you want to take the golden peg leg and
actually
head
while
upstairs.
we're here, I'd like to investigate these books and papers.
So do I. That's what I was trying to get at. Like, what's over here by this desk or this bed, desk, table, rug region?
Roll me an investigation.
Investigation.
I'm just standing in the doorway, watching, waiting.
I investigated well. If it shows up. There we go. I really use these in battle, though. It'd be better.
You guys start taking a look. You guys start taking a look at everything around here, and some of the pages, what it is alluding to is the creation of something called a gleaming skullbearer.
What?
A gleaming
Horrible.
skullbearer.
They trying to make a radiant version of that thing?
So you can see that that on these notes there, it's kind of like an arcane formula, if you will. But it appears to be, whatever this variant is, it appears to be not only immune to fire and radiant damage, but fire also heals it.
Well, at least we know not to use fire on it if we happen to see one of these.
So yeah, like I said, it's very much it's very much like almost like a formula for creating this. You see that it needs each one needs a vessel capable of holding 500 souls. And at the very bottom, like, you know, kind of across all of this, you actually find a lab note that says success.
Oh my goodness, that's what I was going to ask. We thought it was possible they destroyed 500 souls at this point. Well,
All right.
Seems like there's a horror among more than we've already encountered. Don't aim fire at it.
We're more likely to have to worry about the fact that it won't do much to try radiant damage.
Mm.
A couple of us slinging that. But at this point, it would be hard for us to bring any to bear if we don't find some place to rest up.
Yeah. So that was just this bed table region.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's that whole area. That's the most that you're, you know, able to gain out of everything that's in there.
So bookshelves don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, there's bookshelves on, you know, general necromancy and stuff like that.
So I grabbed those 3 potions that I recognized. You said there were 3 more.
There were. You don't know what those ones do.
Yeah, well, we can take them. Maybe we can guess. Just throw them at things to see what happens. Maybe we can find out later.
What's the scrolls in the little cubbies there?
There is. I know there's more on there, but that is. There's 2 scrolls tucked away in there. One is a spell scroll of Raise Dead.
Oh, that's it.
Sorry, what was that?
we almost needed that one.
What happens if you cast Raise Dead on an undead?
Is it like throwing a phoenix down on the ghost train?
Raise Dead is just that you return a dead creature to life. So if it's dead, then it's, you know, an undead creature can be dead.
And then it would just go back to animated undead.
And the other one is a spell scroll of Speak with Dead. So it's Raise Dead and Speak with Dead.
Captain will just cast Raise Dead.
Those are on your list?
No.
I was addressing the paladin.
What are you asking?
These spells, they're your sort of thing, right?
No.
All right.
Let me check to see if I have them. Nope.
I'll say the only one in the group who actually has the capability of casting the one spell, which is Speak with Dead, is Willow. And that's only because she can cast 3rd level spells.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'm not sure how scrolls work.
So the way that scrolls work,
I'm properly playing.
So when casting a spell from a scroll, you are reading it. It is as if you are casting the spell without providing any of the material components. So as long as it's on your spell list, you can read it and cast it without those material components. So, but once you cast it, the words on the scroll fade and it crumbles to dust.
Yeah, just single use.
Do you still have
Yeah.
to expend a spell slot?
No, it's not. It doesn't count towards those. You can just keep using scrolls because it's a recycle, or it's a an expendable resource. It's almost the same as like healing word and cure wounds, and then a healing potion.
Let's see if Raise Dead is a spell paladins can use. If it is, it might be at a higher level that I don't have access to.
Raise Dead is a spell that paladins can cast, but it is at a higher level than what you can cast. So, if the spell is on your class's spell list but of a higher level than you can normally cast, you must make an ability check using your spell casting modifier to determine whether it casts whether you can cast it successfully. The DC is 15, and on a failed save, the spell disappears from the scroll with no effect.
That's what I thought. I was gonna ask that if you can try them. Can people try them if they're not a spellcaster at all?
So I do actually have a very loose house rule for that I only once ever employed in my Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign, where if you're trying to cast a spell that is not on your list, you have to make an Arcana check using your spell casting modifier, and the DC I believe I set to 13 plus the spell's level. So not only do you have to make an ability check to and then that would just be if it's not on your spell list. If it's not on your spell list and also of a higher spell than you can cast, then in that you have to make both of those checks in order to succeed, because it is just doubly hard to cast a higher level spell than you're capable of and casting one not on your list. Someone who does not have innate spell casting just cannot do it. So if you're just like a normal human fighter, you have no means by which to actually be able to cast it.
But we should then take these. They're potentially helpful.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that scroll's worth a pretty penny.
Yeah, Raise Dead. So Raise Dead is a very high level spell. I just saw
level in Pathfinder. I know that.
Fifth
I just
level.
saw when I would be able to cast that spell. It's nowhere near. It's one, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to innately cast that spell.
Yep.
Fucking ever.
Well, that's because paladins are a half class.
Yeah, it's level 17.
Yep. But somebody like a sorcerer can cast 5th level spells starting at level 9. So
yeah.
So I'd be able to cast the one though.
yeah, you could cast so Speak with Dead is not on your spell list.
So if we tried any of them, they would require.
Correct.
But
yeah, so
Speak with Dead would be.
So Speak with Dead would be something that it's not even on your spell list. So you would be required to make that, DC 16 check to even attempt to cast it, to use it, but to do the Raise Dead one, Dawn Shadow would have to do the DC 15 check. So
No, I was just.
Well,
I thought you said I might be able to do one of them. That's all.
Yeah, you could Dawn Shadow. You could cast the Raise Dead. You would make an ability check using your spell casting ability.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
I know, you only got a +2, but DC is only 15, so it's 10 plus the spell's level.
That's just not ideal for me.
Yep.
All right, so shall we head up to the captain's quarters? Grab all the loot you want in here, and then head up.
Loot.
Discuss distributing it later while we patch ourselves up.
any other decent loot.
Because I swear to God, if I hear Man Bat scream his name one more time, I'm going in there and stabbing him.
Well,
Man
it's in-
bat.
Motherfucker, you heard me. Come here. Come here, you son of a bitch. Where are you?
You hear the squelching of guano as the pitter patter of feet flee through the cave inside.
That's right. Fucking run.
Man
coward.
bat.
Come
Man
out here and-
bat.
Come out here and say it, you asshole.
Man bat.
I'm surprised. Why
fucking
are we
get outta
just
here.
going
This
in
is-
there see what Man Bat has to say besides his own name?
Do you want to get covered in bat shit? Because be my guest. Go right on in.
Yeah, I don't think I'm immunized for that, and there's only that one big glowing green syringe over there.
I'm the only one here who's immune to disease, and I don't want to go in there.
So nobody wants to go in and play with Man bat before you guys head up to the captain's quarters?
No, can we just like
Nah.
throw a Molotov in there and just let him burn to death?
I mean, it's not
No.
a thing that you have, so.
Well, we have a flask of
Hey,
oil
it's
that
Can
would
we
catch
limit
the
the amount
fire.
of fires we set on this wooden ship?
It would catch the whole thing on fire.
Especially in a cave full of guano, which is pretty darn explosive.
I was gonna say it's all the spell components
Oh.
you can handle for fireball.
So we're aiming to go up first.
Yeah.
Try and get back into the.
All right.
So here's the thing I proposed to you, Lucas. Do we run into anything on our way up to the captain's quarters?
In fact, you do, and I have to find where I put them.
There's something I kept meaning to ask, and I guess I would check when we look again. You say that nothing seems to be steering the ship. Does the ship seem to be moving? Because I got the impression we were stationary.
Does the I mean, no, the ship is not moving.
Because if there's nothing at the helm, then there shouldn't be. Because we're not.
Well, I
going
mean, the
anywhere.
ship could still be drifting.
Hmm.
One
Guess I
second.
would make sure.
Oh. I just had to move this one thing out of the way. Because, oh. There we go. So yeah, you guys head upstairs. You hear the echoing call of Man-Bat fade in the distance, Dawn Shadow, as you climb up the staircase or the ladder. Who is going up? Are you guys going up the same ladder, all four of you?
Yeah.
I'm going where my light source goes.
So as the rest of you are climbing out, you guys get that same feeling, that chill in the air, as you pass through that sheath of darkness.
I think the doors open.
Doors
so I
are-
can see
doors
three
are open.
hags.
Yes. So as you guys get up there, you see that the
Oh.
doors into the hag's chamber are now open, and you can you actually hear them talking. You actually don't hear them until you pass that swath of darkness.
Double toil and trouble.
Excuse me.
I forgot
but-
to ask.
Mhm.
You said that one allowed me to speak Ignan language. Do I?
Ignan.
What is? Yeah. Okay. What is that?
That's the language of
Do
fire
I-
elementals.
Fire.
Yep.
Oh. So
It's a
presumably
dialect.
No one on here so far that we've come across.
It's a dialect of primordial. It's kind of like, you have New York, California, Southern, and Midwestern are all English, which would be the primordial, but each one of those would be Aquin, Igwin, Arin, and Terran.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, when you head up there, you can see that now the doors are open. The light from your sword, excuse me. The light from your sword, glinting into there, and you hear this almost like, oh shit, they survived. They survived.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we survived.
As the rest of you come up, you can see they all kind of congregate back here along this back wall, just looking down at you, Dawn Shadow, as the rest of your team is starting to come up the ladder.
Well,
Can I close the door?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. They just kind of
Yeah.
they're like standing there, like watching you.
Tor nods, ladies.
Yeah, just close the door. It's like, just go fuck yourselves.
You hear the quick pitter patter of feet as you hear the one shout out, and it says, "Right, well, when you die, we'll take the meaty one's arms."
Just go fuck yourselves.
She like looks down, kind of
We're
like
not
eyeing.
in the mood.
She eyes.
Go away.
You can see she's eyeing up towards just shredded body.
Can I throw an intimidate check to try to get her to fuck off?
Sure.
so
See, she's like licking her chops. She looks at you.
Turns sideways and flexes. That like where it flexes the triceps.
She looks over at you, Dawn Shadow, and she goes, "Oh, come on, honey. Yo, what you'd be too gamey. I want the meaty one."
what? Just flew across our screen.
What? What moved across your screen?
I don't know. It said you will. You will. Will you?
Fucking Aaron.
Dearest.
One rule.
Aaron.
Don't fucking put your cursor on another team's game. Or another group's game. Son of a bitch. I have words with him. Yeah, you can see that she's like licking her chops, and she looks over at you, Dawn Shadow, and she's like, "Oh, don't flatter yourself. I wouldn't want you anyway." She's like, "But when you all perish, well, as everyone does here, we'll come and collect your parts. Put you making a good soup."
Can I roll persuasion to see if they'll help with our potions that I found?
What are you
Just wanna
asking
eat.
her?
Do you want to make a deal with a hag for real?
Yeah,
No, what?
no. We're gonna go upstairs. You hang out with the hags. Go talk your potions and do your witchy business and become one of them. We'll go. You have fun with them.
So I guess this is the dilemma. I imagine Dawn Shadow walking up the staircase at this point.
I mean, they're not trying to attack us. I mean, they're just going to eat us when we do die. They're not helping it out. So far.
I mean, I look at Tor. He's the one who's gravely injured here. I'm like, do you want to deal with these idiots now or later?
Yep, Tor is
Tor's
going.
Like Tor's like, you see, he's back there like showing off the arms that they're asking for.
Oh God.
He's taunting.
When you get within within a few feet of her, she looks at you, and she kind of like slowly like tries to reach out her hand, and then she just she slowly pulls it back, and she's like, "You must be on here." She's like, "If you are free roaming on here, then you must be after something.
No
we could
touching the
help you with
merchandise,
that."
ladies.
What'd you say?
I said no touching the merchandise, ladies.
Yeah. See, the other two are like peeking their heads out from the other side of the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I've got
I don't know.
one more smite. And I'm looking at you.
Mm.
Who, Willow?
Do you want to? You heard it. I know the three of you heard it. Which one of you wants it?
What?
She looks at they all kind of like giggle to one another, and they're like, you wouldn't be able to deal with the ramifications of your actions. Now, run along. You'll die soon enough. As she looks over at Willow, seeing that Willow, was Willow
we
like
have to-
making any comment towards that? Because I know you said about wanting to talk to them about their potion.
The way the steps are, do we have to pass in front of her to go up the steps?
You could technically go. You could go back down past past all the blood
Oh, no,
jail
when
cells.
Tor starts walking up the steps and passing in front of them, he's gonna slap his ass.
Oh God! You see, for the rest of you, you see her lick her lips.
I cast thaumaturgy.
Okay.
I create an instantaneous sound originating from a point of my choice within
Oh
range.
no, where did I go?
It's coming from the direction of the floor, and it is man bat.
Oh
My God! It was you this entire time.
They look at you and they just have this like annoyed, like playful look about them. She goes, "Darling, that's bullshit. It's very apparent that no sounds can carry through the veils on each of the levels. You wouldn't be able to
Why
hear.
did we hear a thud from below us?
You heard a thud from below you, down on the lower floor?
Yeah.
Ah, so one of you did anger the Skullbearers. Then one of you is slinging some healing
They
spells.
probably got angry when we smashed the shit out of the two of them.
3
No.
total.
You see the souls. And you see the one hag like puts her hand over the other one's mouth. She's like, "Sister, enough! Quit playing with them. We all away to our business."
I
Tori's
wanted
gonna start
to
making
say
this-
something as I went up. I was waiting for everyone.
You
to
hear
do
this like as they slam the door behind them.
I was
So-
gonna try to distract him again, flexing the old, doing the old peck pop. All
I
right,
didn't get
moving
to
on.
say my thing. I've
I
been
mean,
trying to the whole time.
If Rook is going upstairs, you are more than welcome to peek into the door and do whatever you want. Is Rook heading upstairs?
Yeah,
I
man.
think Rook already. Oh, I mean,
So Willow, you're the last one. Do you actually go up and try to converse with them?
Well, I was trying to say something while they were still there. I was in this. So they left, even.
I mean, they
though
just shut the
I
door.
was talking.
Well, while you were talking, Tor also walked upstairs. Dawn Shadow walked upstairs, and then Rook cast Thaumaturgy. So
Yeah, there was time to say something in between. His
okay, so
thaumaturgy.
all right. I mean, like I said, well, then what were you going to say?
That we don't have any fight with you, and you don't seem to have one with us yet. Will you help us? Or yeah, I found some potions.
So
And
we'll
I'd
we'll
be
we'll say
waiting her to help.
we'll say that you were saying that right as Rook was casting Thaumaturgy. And you did not have to roll.
Oh, I thought you wanted the persuasion.
No. I was asking what you were asking them, because I will say one of the things about this game that I still stand by is, tell me what you are doing, tell me the things that you say, and then I will determine if you need to make a roll. you basically saying like, help us and we'll do this, that doesn't necessitate a roll, because you're not like, they're not actively working against you right now, and you don't even know what their intentions are. So like I said, you know, you didn't have to roll. I just want to know what you were even saying. But as she's being dragged back into the door, she looks at you, and the other one that's in there, she peeks her head out before the door slammed. She says, "We have no quarrel with you either, dearie. We are simply trying to make soup. We just need a good arm. If your friend up there is willing to provide one, we can have a wonderful chat. Or if you are willing to aid us."
There
I'm
was some body
rather
parts up.
attached to them.
"Oh,
There was
those are
some
all
body-
rotten. They're undead, dearie. We are looking for live flesh. It adds a bit of a spice to it."
Oh,
I know there's a kraken outside. It's got some pretty live tentacles. Once you get one of them,
"We're not big on sushi."
well,
why are you so picky?
It's
Hey,
calamari.
allergies. I have a shellfish thing. It's, just kind of avoided seafood.
Shellfish.
I'm aware. It's just the whole bit of it. I know it's kind of ironic. I'm on a
Squid and
pirate
they're
ship and all that,
mollusks.
but
well, I didn't find any fresh meat. There's
you
a
are
man bat, though.
you are covered in it, dearie.
There's a couple freshly killed dogs downstairs. Go at it.
Some wolves.
Oh, you killed the wolves? Ugh! She slams the door behind you, or behind her.
Enjoy your
You
soup.
just hear this like voice on the other side that's like, "How fucking dare they? They show their faces. I'm gonna kill them myself."
No, apparently they're not. I don't know. Can't be bothered to chase us down.
All right. So you guys are now on the top ship. You are back up on the main deck.
It's very dark, and I say that it's someone with dark vision.
Oh, how's that?
Better.
All right. So you guys are heading up to the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, that or the rooms here, since we're on this end of the ship. Because we hold up in
Yes.
these ones the first time.
Yeah, is there anything in the forecastle?
Is there anything in the forecastle? Oh, you mean like anything like inside of it?
Like, yeah, room wise.
It's the first place we stopped.
Yeah. If you look slightly to the right there, Tor. You look in and, yeah, it's just the the room where Schwarzwald was last located. In fact, you see Schwarzwald just kind of like goes in there and like hops into the same chest that you found him in. He just kind of like snuggles in. So peering inside, you don't see anything in there, but you do see that the doors in there, except the one going into the armory, is open, but the other one is closed.
I say it's a good place to you hold up.
Oh, sick. Cool. So what are you guys doing?
Heading up.
Okay. So, so basically, yeah, Rook, you guys are up here. You're on this top side. And, Tor's taking a look up in. You see Schwarzwald just kind of scampers up in between. And, Tor, as you start to make your way in there, Rook following suit behind. Dawn Shadow, just before you crest, or just before you pass the threshold, guts to do this. Bing. Yeah. So, Dawn Shadow, right as you are starting to walk into this, into here, you see Tor, in front, heading in, about to go and open up that door ahead of you, Rook standing right behind you. You hear this massive, massive thud come from behind you as you see a vampiric spawn that has come crashing down off of the main mast and has tackled Willow into the ground, driving its claws into her back.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, that's the lowest damage that she can roll. Willow, you take 5 points of damage. Slashing damage for what it's worth.
Protection from evil and good is not still going? It's been more than 10 minutes.
So I'm the equivalent of there inside.
Yeah, you're right there.
since I should
You know what? I
stay
will
more.
say, so you cast that when you guys were fighting, the Umbral Skullbearers. You then spent some time searching around the room. So I will say that it's, I'll say that at least, 5 or 6 minutes have gone by. So you are on, at the minimum, that amount of time has gone by. Well, no, actually, like I said, I'll be generous here. I'll give you that you still have 2 more minutes on it because you guys spent time looking around that room, checking out the potions, looking through all the equipment, looking through all the papers, then went up, conversed with the hags a bit, and are now making your way up. So I'll still say you have just shy of like 2 minutes left on that. So that's fine. That would actually mean that she rolls with disadvantage. So if that's the case, then those 2 would be 1 attack, rolling with disadvantage, so that would be the 10. So that would mean that I would have to roll again. So that first one would miss. Okay, the second one still hits, so it's still going to be the 5 points of damage. As she, like I said, she basically jumps down off the mast that she had clung to and is just shoving her claws into your back. Everyone roll initiative.
Motherfuckers. Did I click it? I did click it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wow.
Cool. I mean, since I've already been trapped under here, of course I go last.
All right. So she is going to...
It's like the first time I wanted to go first as a reaction to being tackled.
All right. So this time, you guys see the vampiric spawn grabs Willow off the ground and just starts to restrain her. She is actually choosing to grapple her instead and is going to now attempt to bite down into your neck. And that is going to land.
Can I impose disadvantage on that attack?
She already had disadvantage.
Okay.
Double
I don't do double disadvantage,
No,
just like I
I'm
don't
just
do double
wondering.
advantage. So you are going to take 8 points of piercing damage on top of 8 points of necrotic.
Damn it. I'm gonna end up in hag soup in a minute.
Also, when you take that damage, reduce your max HP modifier down by 8.
Oh, somebody was thirsty.
And is it? Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's 68. Cool. You can see that
Great.
as she is drawing this blood from you, you can see that it is filling like these like capillaries that are coming away from her mouth, and you can see that she's almost getting slightly beefier with every draw.
I'm not so sure I did the max HP.
So you guys still
I had 47, and then
well you had 42 max. Your max HP is 32. You had 42 because you casted aid at a third level on you
for some reason
guys.
I thought it was said 47, but whatever.
Nope. Yeah, and so right now your max HP modifier would be 2. Right. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. All right. Cool. You are still grappled as her fangs are drawing blood out of your neck. Rook.
All right, so I'm gonna move.
All right. You move up on top of the forecastle.
And then I'm gonna open fire.
Okay. I have the high ground.
Works for Obi-Wan every time.
I know. You know, it makes you think, like, is he a master of the high ground or the low ground? That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
No, he's the master of sass.
It's true.
Because there's nothing that puts you more off edge than just sassing somebody.
All right.
So I saw something interesting today about Obi-Wan. The first time he smiled in the original or the new trilogy, the prequel trilogy, is when he met Anakin. And the last time he smiled in the prequel trilogy was the last time he saw Anakin before they fought as enemies.
Oh, that's emotional. Poor Anakin. Who knows what could have been? Not a good story, I'll tell you that.
Oh.
All right. Dawn Shadow. As you turn around, you see Willow just having the life drained out of her.
All right, come here, bitch. Swing one.
So close.
I know.
Jesus. If only you were a fighter, a champion fighter. You get those 1920 crits.
Two.
Oh. As soon as you take a swing at her, like her one shoulder is kind of blown apart from the blast from Rook. You come up and swing Stargazer at her, and as you go to make that second attack, she just kind of like turns quickly and spits blood in your eyes. Right.
Where's my sword?
Schwarzwald hears the calamity and clatter. This is the most movement he could use.
All right, you silly son of a bitch. Gotta do some math. All right, +6.
Math. That shit ain't real.
Says the person who's throwing a math test at me earlier today.
That hits.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. D8 +4. So 5 slashing damage and 8 acid damage.
All right. All right. It is Tor's turn.
Okay, so I am. I guess I have to actually. Here. And then go over here. Yeah. All right, so I actually should have a straight line from where I'm at inside to where she's at. So I'm gonna throw my boomerang.
Oh, you would be basically back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna throw my boomerang.
All right.
And I am going to do Kensei shot as a bonus action on your turn. You make ranged attacks with the Kensei weapon to deal. Oh, I guess I have to actually hit. So let's start there. What a piece of shit.
Yep. You throw your boomerang.
Well, the good news is it
mhm.
came back. So can I throw it again?
That you can. You have 2 attacks. Yeah. You like throw your boomerang. It just flits out. Kind of does this like perfect arc back, like out, around,
Come on,
and
baby.
back
Come
to your
on, baby.
hand.
Come on, baby. Come on.
There you go.
Ah, damn it. It's showing a 20 on my visual.
I mean, it's oh, okay. That sucks.
Yeah, it shows a nat 20. Okay, so do that. And then Kensei's shot. Use a bonus action on your turn to make
1d4.
ranged attacks with a Kensei weapon. Deal an extra d4. Oh, this is also Corpse Slayer, by the way. The boomerang is a Corpse Slayer.
Okay. Oh,
As it
okay.
says right there. Corpse
Yep.
Slayer boomerang.
Yep. Funny enough, it says Corpse Slayer Boomer on my side, which is kind of funny.
Okay,
Grandma out here slaying corpses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's going to be 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 1d4 plus 3.
Good God. Well,
Where's
so
my
now
pug?
I need to do, what I need to do a d8 now?
Yes.
So 4 from the Kensei shot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, 11, and then
Yep.
for the Corpse Slayer, it's gonna be 1.
Right.
Wow.
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 Wow. Really knocked the shit out of that one.
It's cool. She's gonna get all that health back next turn.
Willow. It is your turn. You are currently grappled.
And trying to get ungrappled takes my whole action.
Correct.
It's a strength check or dex check.
To break out of it, it is a fuck. It's God damn it! Why can't I think of it? It's either acrobatics or athletics. I couldn't think of, for some reason I couldn't think of that. Yeah, escaping a grapple. Yep, athletics or acrobatics. So you can either like force your way out of there or you can squirm your way out.
Well,
if you were a Mayo mage, you could just cast, that emulsion shield on you and just become slick and just slip out of there like a goddamn wet pickle.
Oil of slipperiness, but apparently it takes 10 minutes to pour a bottle of oil.
Yeah, it does. Or
no, that is thick ass oil anyhow.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, 10 minutes to pour oil of slipperiness. It's only slippery once it's out of the bottle.
Do you have any
I'm
of
gonna
those,
try and get
blood?
out, but if I get out, I can then move.
Yes, you would still have your movement.
Okay, I'm gonna hope I roll high.
You don't have any of the blood from the
I wasn't even clear on that when I listened to the playback, but we were allowed to take
You
and
were
who had
allowed to.
some.
You were allowed
Like,
to
it
take
was like-
whatever you wanted, but if you listen back to it, you'll understand that I was very specific on the things that I said, and you might notice I was very specific on the things I also didn't say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out, and hopefully I can squirm my way out from under
Sure.
her. Oh, she's gonna get mad at me.
Yeah, you are trying to wiggle and writhe out of there, but unfortunately, you are unable to.
I just was hoping the dice would be nice to me.
Dice.
They were earlier when I was searching for papers.
The dice are not nice tonight. Yeah. Because, okay, I have to see something. There we go. Yep.
Wait, I still have a bonus action, don't I?
You do have a bonus action if you want to use your bonus action.
Get that bitch with a spell.
Yeah, I don't have a bonus spell. Just rescue. Oh, rescue her.
Rescue yourself.
If only. I can start Dragon's Breath, but I can't actually do the damage part because that's the action. No, I was thinking of potion.
Yeah, like you could, as a bonus action, you can drink a potion. That is a roll. Oh, that, I guess that should also be another thing that I
just now
I let you
remembered
guys
that
know
too.
of. Yeah. So I've always done variant consumables. Like, you can use a bonus action to drink a potion. But I'm going to try something new for a little while where if you drink a potion of healing as a bonus action, you just roll the dice and, get either between the 3 and the 10. But if you choose to use your entire action drinking a potion, you just get the whole amount. You get max 10 points.
Which I forgot about.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have done that while remaining grappled, though.
Yeah, like I said, you could drink a potion. That would be about the most that you could do right now. So do you want to drink a potion?
I'll drink a potion.
Okay. Go ahead and
4?
2d4 plus 2. Unless you're drinking your greater healing potion.
Oh. Oh, I pressed
Drink the
D.
stone skin one so she can't bite you.
Yeah, I did that right. 2d4.
Yep. And then you get 2 on
Plus-
top of that. Or yeah, 2d4 plus 2. Yep.
Yeah.
So a total of 6.
Help myself a little bit.
All right. So it is the vampiric spawn's turn. You see that she, while she is standing here, she takes another deep bite into Willow's neck, missing. But it's as soon as she does that, while she
bit my tongue.
is in this,
The mouth is right there.
while she is in this moment of trying to draw blood out of her, Dawn Shadow, you actually see that her body is twisting as she is throwing herself down into this opening with Willow.
Oh,
So,
so she just pulled her down with her.
Yes.
Can I get an opportunity attack as she's leaving my threatening square?
Yeah.
So, Stacey, how long is it gonna take you to roll up a new character?
So I'll just pull one out.
I'm pulling here, but can both me and Schwarzwald get a hit?
Yes. Schwarzwald would also get an opportunity attack.
I can't actually do rescue like the opposite
Nope,
way.
does
like
not work that way.
myself. I feel like I've asked that before, though.
Mm-hmm. You have.
Well, I'll be sure to ask it in the future, too.
Coolio. I'll make sure that I remind you that it doesn't work that way. All right. So
Schwarzwald missed.
Schwarzwald does miss.
I hit her for 8 damage.
Okay, so we need to do.
I
Mhm.
can't. So I can't use a bonus action on a.
On a reaction, no.
No. All right.
Yep. All right. Shit. I gotta see something real quick. I always forget this. Here it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Cool. All right. So, Willow, you are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 20 feet down back into the room with Manbat.
We're good friends.
God damn, that was like 2 decks. Jeez.
Yeah, she took him down. She took her down 2 whole decks. And you see that she kind of lands with a similar thud. So do me a favor, roll me athletics or acrobatics right now, as she is going to try and use her second action to maintain her grapple on you.
Oh, thank God.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was gonna
Damn.
say, you
You
have
are no
any
longer grappled.
inspiration, but yay.
So yeah, you're both still prone. You are prone. You're both prone, but yes, from the top of the deck, Rook, from where you're standing, you just watched Willow and this vampiric spawn just fall into this darkness.
The 25-foot elbow drop is real tempting.
You know what the suck ass thing is I could go down there no problem.
That's exactly what Tor's gonna do.
But I can't see it when I get there.
That's
Oh,
true.
You will.
We could throw in your sword.
No.
Give him a candle.
Well, my sword will be going down there.
You're just gonna say fuck it and take the damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Because this is now personal.
No.
Fucking vampires.
Can I say no? But I break the grapple.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't your turn, so you just
I didn't break the
broke
grapple.
away from her
While we
grapple.
were falling.
Well, it's as soon as you hit the ground, that prompted for her to reattempt to keep you grappled. So yeah,
Okay.
Rook, what
Oh.
you doing, buddy?
Yeah. He says, "Wait here." Not to any of you.
Mm.
Drops his gun,
Oh.
draws the
Oh.
trident, and
Ah.
jumps.
Oh.
Oh.
Trying the
Mm.
trident.
All right. So you are jumping down in.
Yep.
Coolio.
Acrobatics.
Okay. Yep. I will allow you to roll acrobatics. This is going to see if you, from the moment you pass through that second sheath of darkness, if you can target this. You're still going to take the falling damage, but this is actually going to be to see if you, actually, you know what? Just roll to hit. Because if you're going to plunge at her, or are you just jumping down and then stabbing?
I'm gonna try to jump down and then stab because I don't have clarity on. I don't have clarity on who I'm gonna land on here.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Roll me an acrobatics. Then this is more going to be determining where exactly you're landing. If you're landing on top of anyone, or if you're landing on the more solid ground.
I'm sorry, I forgot to actually mark my damage. Is it 6? Because I looked at the dice rolls. I thought it was 6.
Yes, it was 6. It was 6 bludgeoning damage. Okay. So yeah, you jump down. You actually land just next to Willow, who is laying there on the floor. You can see the vampiric spawn that is like on the ground next to her, that she like tried grappling her there in that place as you jump down. I'm going to do. You're going to take 2 points of falling damage, so that's bludgeoning. But you have your action.
All right.
Also, for what it's worth, just so you are aware, I don't know if it's actually. Okay, no, cool. I just had to double check that what this trident actually is. It is important. So go ahead and make your attack.
I can't see the. Am I adjacent?
Oh, my bad. Hold on. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, good.
All right.
Use
Yeah,
an
melee
ice.
attack, not my strong suit, but
Yep. Yeah, definitely not your strong suit. You take this trident, you try stabbing into her. Roll with advantage. She's prone. Yeah, that hits.
all right. And I use the smaller of these since it's one-handed.
Okay. If you are using both hands, or do you still have your shield?
I still have the shield. I would have
Cool.
to.
Then yes, it'll be 1d6 minus 1. The upside is that it's not halved because it is a magical trident. As you can see, almost an arcane glimmer. If you reload your character sheet, you actually see what it is. Your character just won't know this. For what it's worth, this is a Trident of Fish command. Shut up. I love Aquaman. This allows you to use an action to cast Dominate Beast on any beast within an 8 swimming speed. I love it. And it recharges at dawn. And it looks fucking cool.
Does it? I don't think you shared a picture.
It's right there.
Oh,
It looks
I see
fucking
it.
baller.
All right, yeah, no, that looks fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he took it with him. Why wouldn't he? Let
Yeah.
that poor gun up there.
Yeah, Dawn Shadow, you just hear this almost like there's like a vibration on the deck where Rook was just standing.
All right. So this is gonna sound weird,
Uh-huh.
but I have a plan.
Okay.
So as my action,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use Divine Sense so I know where that vampire is. Because is it within 60 feet of me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now you say I know I can detect it and I know exactly where it is. Because I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Oh boy. I have to look something up real fast. Give me 1 second. Yes. Yes, I had to do some math because of the sheaths of darkness.
Okay.
So well, shit. You know what? Behind total cover. Hold on. Yeah, that's killing me. No, this. But look up this. So here's what I will say. You know what? Do this. Roll me a check with your roll me a charisma check. All right. So, You pop Divine Sense. You know she's below you. Unfortunately, it feels as if her, like, exactly how far away and exactly where she is foggy. It's hazy. You know about where she is. Unfortunately, because of the effects of those sheaths, that is kind of impeding your ability to sense exactly where she is.
How far can I narrow it down?
Within 10 feet.
Well, I know where Willow dropped down, and I know where he dropped down.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to just walk up here and drop straight down.
Okay. All right. I was going to see if you want to roll randomly, but if you are dropping down right there, that is cool.
I'm just trying to drop on top of her.
Cool.
I'm not trying to get within range to attack her. I want to drop on top of her.
Yeah, no, I got you. How much does Dawn Shadow weigh? A lot. Okay.
Yeah, plus all my weapons and my full plate.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that plate is
I'm using my action to cast Divine Sense. So I'm not
right.
planning on attacking her. I'm planning on landing on her.
Yeah. So you cast Divine Sense, and you just walk over to the edge. You see Schwarzwald is walking up behind you, and he just watches you.
Can he like jump on my shoulder as we just drop into the abyss?
Yeah, I'll say if you want to grab him real, or do you still have your?
I still have the light.
So
you know what? Can't hold him.
Give me 1 second. Yes. As you drop, he like jumps right behind you, and you feel like his form shape change a little bit. Where he still has the cutlass blade shape, but instead of having the standard handle that had like the little tendrils coming out of it that he walked around with, it almost becomes this like claw-like thing that just grabs onto your shoulder plate, and you just have this blade sticking out in front of you now, coming off of your shoulder plate as through every sheath of darkness, and as you pass down through the different layers, you eventually land directly on top of her. And go. So here's what we're gonna do. Dawn Shadow, you oh shit, I meant to hold on. There we go. So Dawn Shadow, you come down heavy and hard on her. As you do, you just feel like, you know, her crumbling beneath you. As you deal 16 points of bludgeoning damage to her just from fall damage. But you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
So it takes... Is this magical?
It's not magical.
Cool.
It's as mundane as possible. All right. And since you can't end your turn on another creature, I'm also going to move this Blade Wolf out of the way.
Oh. So land and just sort of roll off.
Yeah. You hit her, you roll to the side, and then Schwarzwald just jumps off on your off of your shoulder back into his normal stance. Which that would put it to his turn.
Right. Keep forgetting. I'm never going to remember his attack.
Yeah, I think it's a +6. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, that hits.
All right. So 5 slashing and 3 acid.
All right. You see the vampiric spawn lets out this shriek as her leg, as Schwarzwald cuts into her leg. You can see that the cut into her leg isn't nearly as bad as the acid damage is being done to her. But she is still standing. And that is going to leave it up to Tor, who is still back up on the main deck.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk to right.
Yep.
Here.
Mhm.
Pick up my boomerang.
Okay.
And go over the side.
All right. God damn it. All right. Yeah. So, oh God. Yeah. No, I'm not even gonna roll.
Well, Tor also can fall 30 feet without taking damage.
Yeah. Well, you can reduce any damage taken by 30.
Yeah.
So, falling damage is only D6. So technically, you could fall 40 feet and reduce that down to 0.
I can only imagine the hags with the door open. Just
Yeah.
see the vampire with Willow fall over, and then Rook fall down, then me fall down,
Yep.
and then they see him fall. It's like, what the hell is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, there's just this, they open the doors. They're standing there. You guys could hear them
so gracefully.
You guys could hear them bickering down there. As you guys opened up, as you guys started falling through. Dawn Shadow, when you pass through, you see them just ever so quickly, and then Tor, same thing. And as you come down, this vampiric spawn is just writhing on the ground. It's been crushed. It's been stabbed by Rook, crushed by Dawn Shadow, and then as it's attempting to stand, it just looks up and sees the wide, girthy body of this man just falling down on top of her with a massive barrel on his back.
Just at the hags as he passes.
Yeah. Then you see they lick their lips as you go past in that quick instant, and you just land on her. The sounds of bones breaking doesn't even satisfy what you guys hear. It is the sound of someone drowning on their own blood mixed with the sound of a steamroller going over an entire sheet of bubble wrap.
And I landed just like Superman,
straight leg. Oh yes, yeah, just right down into her. I thought you were gonna do a Superman pose, or not Superman, superhero pose like Iron Man, just a fist down into the ground.
No, just land on her feet first, straight.
Yeah,
straight leg, just like when Superman lands, because I don't take any damage from it.
Yeah, so because she was reduced to 0 hit points, her regeneration won't proc, so combat is effectively over.
I spend an action to conjure my packed weapon.
As you do, you get this longing feeling in your hand, as being separated for even that long was, slightly painful.
6 seconds.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's it. This all happened in the course of 6 seconds where you guys,
flying down them. Smashed.
You walk up to the top and you're like, all right, so we go, quarter, do we go captains? And then all of a sudden just Willow grabbed by this vampiric spawn, bitten in the neck, thrown down into the chute, and then just one after another, Rook, Dawn Shadow, Schwarzwald, and Tor, killing the vampiric spawn.
This kind of feels like the DM saying, hey, how about Man-Bat?
I'm not saying Man-Bat, but you do hear Man-Bat in the background just like, Man-Bat? Man-Bat?
Yes.
Man-Bat?
Dead. Bite-Bat is dead.
You go to bed. All right, good night.
All right, well, I guess make our way back up.
this supposed to be all black?
Potentially.
Oh, I thought we were hanging out by Man Bat.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I feel like I was just down here.
All right. So, yeah, you guys are heading back up.
Yes.
Okay. Which ladder are you taking, left or right?
All right. Seems safest all this time.
Okay. Yeah, figuring Dawn Shadow walks up first. Yeah, with
you
the
bitch.
there's you see the 3 hags standing there. Would you say?
Take the vampire corpse with him for him.
Yeah. You want this arm?
Do you take the vampiric corpse with you?
Yep.
I
Okay.
considered it. Will this arm work?
So you guys you guys head up and you see the 3 hags standing there, and they all just have these shit-eating grins on their faces as they see you walking up, and they go, "Oh, quite a fall, I see."
Yeah. Will this bitey one do for you?
They look at the the destroyed bones and entire physique of this thing, and they say, that thing is garbage. Look at it. The bones would just be they're too shattered.
Yeah, but it
this one
freshly.
for that.
It's like it just
Points it
fed,
for
so it's
work.
got some life in it.
Yeah. Covered up my
it just
blood.
fed.
It did just feed.
Holding her
Ooh.
bloody.
Yes. Then we will. Would you join us?
No.
Oh, well,
There's a
darling.
small part of me that
As
wants
much
to
as
eat
we
her back,
appreciate the invitation, lady,
but no.
we have a prior engagement.
Oh? With the captain?
We'll make our way to him eventually.
Well, you're going the wrong way. He is downstairs performing his experiments as we speak.
Experiments.
Yes.
Like your soup.
Yeah, on the big umbral skull.
Yes.
bearer.
The skull bearers, of course. And no, darling, not like ours. We are just simply trying to make a good soup. You see, the captain, on the other hand, he dabbles in the necromancy and all that. It's how he keeps his troops alive.
Well, you ain't been doing too good at that lately.
Hell, no skin off of our noses, and you hear the one in the background say, "But all the warts on them!" And the one who's dragging the vampiric spawn, she says, "Wouldn't matter to us if anything happens to him, as long as we get to keep our place on here. We just use it for the roof and the ingredients that he brings aboard from the other ships."
What does your soup do?
Ours? You can come and have a taste. Come, darling.
I'll pass.
A spoonful.
Will fix my wounds.
No. You see, dearie, the ship is entirely cursed. See, most healing is entirely impossible.
Noticed.
Yes. Well, you see, it is what the captain has wished. She says not even a good night's sleep can ward off some of the worst injuries.
What?
And then she
We
walks
got rid of
in.
Fog, at least.
She peeks her head out and she says, "Oh? The fog?
Yeah.
Well, well, good for you. It's quite an accomplishment. Then you might find it that your potions and your healing spells might be more effective."
We found that to be true.
Gets us off the skull bearers, though.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the drawback. They have an innate sense about them. That was something that the captain wanted so innately. They can sense healing magic from 300 feet away, even through arcane barriers. And they'll fixate on it, and they'll tear it down. It
How
wishes
many?
nothing but to snuff out the light.
I feel like we
How
knew
many? Do you know?
Oh, aboard this ship? Well, 5 or 6 or so.
Not
Quite.
least 2 or 3 or so.
Well, then you've seen about half of them. I wish you the best, darling. If you wish, come back for some soup. Put some real hair on your chest. And she shuts the door behind her.
Okay, can we get the fuck out of here now?
Yeah, them bitches ain't right.
Yeah, they
I
still
don't care
didn't
what they're saying. I ain't
invest
killing
yet.
no kings.
All right, so are you guys heading up into the the forecastle or the four
Yeah.
chambers? Okay.
Yeah, got any more vampire spawn to drop on us?
No, I mean that was the one that escaped before, so
Loose end tied.
If any of the ghosts saw that happen, there'd be a warning for what happens if they try any shit.
You heard them, though. A good night's sleep. What they say?
they said not even a good night's sleep can ward off some of the worst injuries on this ship.
Well, I wasn't
Uh.
planning on shutting my eyes in this cursed place if I can help it.
All right, you guys make your way up into the room that you guys barricaded sometime before. You see, as you're starting to make your way in there, and you're like coming up through here, you see Schwarzwald goes up to you, Dawn Shadow, like kind of like crawls up onto you and points down at the chest that you found it in.
Okay. Do you want to go back in your chest?
And you just see that like he has this like appreciative look on his face.
So he goes, "No, I want to go into your stab."
Ah!
Oh,
Ah! You take all the damage.
Oh god, I am dead. Bleh. I will play Schwarzwald now.
Yeah, there you go.
Schwarzwald just absorbed 6 levels of fighter.
Oh god. Dude, imagine giving a mimic like a helm of intelligence and training it to be a fighter.
You got one on this ship?
No, I don't. And I don't want to think of the ramifications of that for right now. It just brings me back to that idea of what is it? I think it was like Sir Bacon or something like that, but it was like the group a D&D group found a pig and they kept it along as a sidekick, and they eventually found a helm of intelligence, and the wizard wanted it to, increase his stats, but the fighter or the barbarian wanted it because he had a really bad intelligence. And I don't know, that's right, it was the barbarian went over, took it and put it on the pig, and as soon as he did, the pig looked up and was like, "Hello, comrades."
Wait a minute,
Alright.
Peter. A paladin can't use the helm of intelligence.
Oh god.
Alright.
I'm a
And I'm a
black
black
guy.
Alright. And just grab the chest and bring it into the room. Just
You
so
see
he's
he-
not sleeping outside of the barricaded area.
Yeah, you see Schwarzwald is extremely excited about this, and the moment you have it in the room, he like jumps into it and like nestles in.
I'm
Imagine
looking at it's like, okay, can someone remind me that when we leave this ship, I have to take that chest with me?
All right,
It
so
is the house.
so what are you guys doing at this point?
I mean, I can take first watch if we want to take a long rest.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how much I would recover on a long rest.
more than with no rest.
Be more than nothing. And
I would get back Hellish Rebuke.
But are we
I think it's
heeding?
it. Yeah, I think actually sleeping gets me just Hellish Rebuke, so I could watch most of the time.
nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
So are you guys long resting?
I
believe
do.
That's the
I-
plan. Yeah.
Yeah, no, if people want a long rest, that's fine. I'm just saying I'm not sure that Rook really needs to sleep particularly, as long as we don't run this whole thing long enough that he starts taking fatigue.
All right.
Were the mages warning us? Do you think?
Well, before you
I mean, I guess I may as well.
before you proc any long rests, so you guys shift all the furniture back in this room to cover up the doors and the entrances, and so Dawn Shadow taking the first watch. Is everyone else gonna try and get some sleep in here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as part of this rest, yeah, I'm gonna try something different here. The revolver will remain my. Hold on, let me check the details here.
Mm-hmm.
The revolver remains my hex weapon, but the packed weapon is moving over to trident.
Okay. Yeah, so you're as a hex blade, you get your hex, but you also get a packed weapon as well.
Or let me see if I'm getting this the way I want it. Maybe I think it should maybe the other way.
So you are shifting your hex weapon over to the trident?
Shifting one of them. I need to read through.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. One weapon you're proficient with that lacks the 200 property. You can use charisma modifier for attack and damage rolls until you. You can also use for your charisma for attack and damage rolls for any of your packed weapons if you have that feature. Yeah, so I should be able to do with both of them.
So you can put it on. You're putting both on the trident.
No, I'm trying to figure out where some of these numbers are. Okay, why does it matter whether something is both? What other bonus am I getting?
All right. So Hex Warrior. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch one weapon that you're proficient with that lacks the two-handed property. When you attack with this weapon, you can use your charisma modifier instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls. This benefit lasts until you finish a long rest. If you later gain the Pact of the Blade feature, this benefit extends to every packed weapon you conjure with this feature, no matter the weapon's type. So you can,
right.
yeah. So you can
I should
spend.
be able to have a packed weapon and a hex weapon And they both should have essentially the same benefits, except only one of them has the packed weapon.
Correct. Yeah, so you could have them both be hex weapons, but only one of them is your packed weapon.
Right, and I'm trying to figure out why changing whether something is my packed weapon is having an effect on my numbers.
Well, because it's now replacing it with your charisma.
Right, but I should have charisma to my packed weapon and to my hex weapon. But I guess the correct number is so like if I mark something as my packed weapon, it should have all of the benefits, but it's not showing up that way. It looks like it loses. I have to mark it as hex weapon to get the charisma benefit, so I'll mark both of them as hex weapon, and one is packed weapon.
Yeah, because only one of them can be your packed weapon.
But I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting a difference into hit with packed weapon 2.
Let me see here. All right.
And it's not the same amount, so it's not stacking the bonus twice or something.
Right. You can choose the form that is melee, blah, blah, blah. Your packed weapon disappears more than 5 feet. You can transform one magic weapon into your packed weapon by performing it over an hour, which can be done during a short rest. You can then dismiss the weapon. So it's becoming both your and if you later gain, so you can use your charisma modifier instead of strength. So that's the hex. Yeah, I see what you mean, because I'm looking at it as well. Like, putting hex on the revolver takes away 2 points, but taking away hex on the trident.
All right, let's just start from scratch and see what my numbers should be. I have a proficiency of 4. What's my proficiency?
3.
3. Proficiency of 3. I'm proficient in both these weapons. The revolver is +1 whether or not it's my packed weapon.
Yes, which means that it's dexterity +1, so it's 2d8 +3. The trident of fish command is 1d6 -1 because it's based on your strength modifier.
Right, but anything that is my packed or hex weapon is charisma based.
So, yeah, switching it over. Well, let's look at it as your hex weapon first. Hex weapon then switches your damage on the trident from -1 to +4.
Which is correct, because it's my charisma.
Right, and is also changing your revolver from a +3 to a +5 because it went from dexterity to charisma and it still has the +1.
Right.
So making it a packed weapon just on the revolver is just listing it as proficient.
Wait, am I not proficient in the revolver? That would explain.
That you're not, because it's a firearm. You're not technically proficient with martial weapons.
I am proficient with martial weapons.
Or I'm sorry, you're not proficient with firearms. Firearms is a different category. It's not martial or simple.
In that case, I keep the revolver my packed weapon.
Okay.
And make the trident my hex weapon.
A hex weapon. Cool.
So it's, almost as good. It would technically making my packed weapon would make it +1.
Right.
But, it works better just to keep the revolver packed, make the hex weapon the trident.
Cool. So, we're going to say that ritual takes place over the hour. Because after about an hour, you guys hear a sound come from above you. This loud thudding noise. Dawn Shadow and Rook, the two of you are still awake. Figuring, I'm assuming Willow and Tor both took this opportunity to sleep.
Yeah.
I guess is that not being counted as a short rest? The hour.
This
though?
is only being counted as a short rest. So the four of you go ahead and pop a short rest.
How do we do the healing on the short rest?
Click short rest and then choose however many dice you want to use. I think you have 3 left. And then you click the button that appears underneath it.
This is my total is 6.
You have 6, but you've used 3. That's why 3 of yours are blanked out. So you can click those black boxes if you want to use up some of your hit die.
Oh, there we go. How come it didn't tell me what it rolled?
Did you click the button there?
I did.
If you want, just roll 3d8 on your sheet. Because it's 3d8 plus 6. And then just make sure that you use up all those hit die and populate a short rest. Okay,
So
sweet.
25.
Yeah, 25 hit points.
Okay.
He's not taken used hit die in a short rest before.
What's that?
He's not used hit die in the short rests before.
No, he has.
Oh.
Yeah, because he had already used 3. All right, so an hour goes by. You guys are kind of licking your wounds a bit. Tor laying there, trying to get some shut eye. Exhausted, I imagine, from all those attacks. Willow sitting there, same thing, trying to get some rest. Dawn Shadow watching Schwarzwald get some sleep there. Speaking of which, Schwarzwald gets back 23 hit points.
Ooh.
And Rook, you're spending this time hexing your trident. And it's sometimes it's minutes after your hex takes place on this. You feel the trident in your hand. It's a little bit lighter, it's a little bit faster. You feel more comfortable with it. But it's at that point, Dawn Shadow and Rook, you guys hear this loud thud come from above you. That kind of knocks the dust off of the wood of the ceiling as it falls slowly. And you hear a loud grumble come from the other side of this lower door here, as a massive thud against it tries to knock that cabinet that you have positioned there away.
Hey.
As soon as that happens, it just sends the bits and pieces that were on this cabinet flying towards Rook. You don't take any damage, but it's like books and scrolls, just like pieces of parchment, writing utensils just kind of all fly out at you. And you can see that the door behind it, Dawn Shadow, from your angle, the door that is behind this bookcase is now kind of like cracked in half out to a point. What do you do?
We're just 5 more minutes now.
Yeah.
Can I say
Can I put my shield against it to barricade it?
Okay.
I used that bottle of oil slipperiness during this hour?
You said that you were gonna get some sleep.
Then I
Yeah, you
asked somebody
sleeping.
to pour it all over me.
You push yourself up against here, and you feel another massive blow into it. Roll me a strength check. Yeah, you're able to solidly hold yourself up against it. As you hear another smaller thud on the other side of the room over here where the double doors are.
Fuck's sake.
And as you feel this thud,
Well, it's a
you
teeny
hear
tiny little thud.
you hear a voice yell out from outside. As you hear this voice, let me check something real fast. Yes. As you hear this voice, it calls out. It says, "You'll be on my ship for far too long already. You better be saying your prayers." And as soon as you hear this, all 4 of you, and this wakes up Tor and this wakes up Willow. You all get this vision in your head of this vampiric pirate captain standing with a cutlass in one hand as well as a revolver in the other, or like a blunderbuss. No, it's a revolver. What the fuck am I saying? Blunderbuss is a shotgun. And you see that his fangs are exposed, and you can see directly in front of him is this bone white umbral skull bearer, and the flames, the candles on its back that are made up of the skulls are glowing with with like this burning presence. And you get a second image in your head of another skull bearer that does not have its skulls alit, but in this moment when you get this vision in your head, it is almost as if you are looking through its eyes, as one is behind these northern doors and the one with the captain is behind this lower door. And I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh, I can't get snarky?
And you can get snarky.
Yeah, I said my prayers and took my vitamins.
You get that vitamin C in you! Otherwise you'll get scurvy!
That's the Hulk Hogan quote.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
Prayers and take
Never
vitamins.
watched it.
Never watched it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So if we kill this asshole, is that pretty much it?
Yeah, the next session is going to start with the fight against Captain Catacombs and his gleaming skullbearer. Oh, and the other one that you guys didn't kill.
The other one.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
Sorry. I know Stacy was already preempting that in her head because I could see the cogs moving over there because she and I just recently talked about the concept of long resting in a dungeon. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the thing. So
But so
I mean,
really
when
can't
else
have-
would you long rest?
well,
I'm going to say, yeah, we're gonna leave it there for tonight, only because it's very hot in my room. I know it might not be as visible on screen here. I'm sweating like a motherfucker, and I'm starting to get that like pain rate here that I always get after sitting in front of my screens for 3-4 hours. So, but yeah, I don't know. I liked. I will say about today's session, I loved throwing Stacy down two levels of this place, because as Stacy knows, I recently ran my Rime of the Frost Maiden with a little mechanic of multiple levels, and I found out that there's a far easier way for me to manage that. And that is because in here, I'm gonna stop the stream there.